Hello, everybody. This is Roxanne, and I'm live here in my archives room at home. So this is something I've been wanting to start and try. So this is Keeping It Real, Rumor Reel, all right, with Roxanne. And seeing how this is a topic that's really dear to my heart, I thought I'd start with this one. And this is not in any way a disparagement against the organization that approached me last night. It is a question that I've heard rumored through our association and through various other ones. But I would like to have my say on it because I think it's important. And I'm going to tell you why it's important to me. This is not, so it's on live streaming. Now, before live streaming was the in thing, if I took you around to my room, all right, my boy, Brett, he's not a boy, he's a young man, 32 years old. And I have the very first moment that he walked, right from the time he was born, from the time he came out of me to whatever, I videotaped and I've taken photos. That's who I am. I always have one or two cameras in my hand. Now with the cell phone, that has really opened up the parameters of what I can do. I'm actually can be in the photos now because I can do selfies. Not that that's a good thing, but if you go back to an early mom's days or whatever at Christmas and stuff like that there, I'm not the one in the photos or in the video because I'm the one doing the videos and taking the photos. But this way here, tripods, I could set it up, and I did use tripods before this, but I appreciate and I respect the fact that so what happened, instead of, there's been a lot of, I'm going to try to keep this down to 10 minutes maximum for these Keep It Real rumor reels by Roxanne. I didn't know what other handle to go, but I always say this is Roxanne, keep it real and keeping it live. So I'm going to keep it real. This is how I felt, okay, and what it means to me. These are not just, I do not get paid to live stream. I've tried to set up subscriptions on my Facebook page, but you know what? If I had to live and get paid by that, which I don't, I would starve to death. The bottom line is, coming out from a big family, there wasn't many pictures of us as children or videos, but thankfully my dad did have the old black and white videos, no sound, and I do have video of me as a baby. So those are precious to me. So why wouldn't I want to keep that going? Well, from the time I had my kids, even before that, Mark playing ball, when we get married and that, it's archives to me. I'm a historian by nature, and I document everything. Now, like I said, with the cell phone, it's so much easier. Instead of having to jot things down, I can take a snapshot of it or a little video clip, and then in my journal book, which these filing cabinets and shelves behind me, I have journal books of my everyday lives. All right. And why? 50 years down the line, I'll be dead and gone. Not this will matter to anybody, but it matters to me. This is how I express myself. This is how I keep track of things. For instance, we had septic problems last week. And my husband was looking for, because I took photos and probably video of the system being put in our house, at our house. Sure enough, all I needed was the year. I went back, I found the photos, and now we can use that and see exactly where that system was. So for me, these are my archives. These are my moments with my kids. As my children are having children, I am also trying to create the archives and the memories of my grandchildren. When I walk into a rink for my 7-year-old grandson, once he understood and he realizes what I do for my kids, for his uncle and his mother, he sees the importance and the videos. He loves watching himself back again. So after the Northmen had won the Beausejour Cup last year, he was there. he saw the celebration, he watched the videos or whatever. The next Sunday, this was a Friday, and the Sunday following, when I got up to his game, he called me down into the room and he said, Mima, are you going to live stream my game today? And I'm like, do you want me to? And he goes, yes. He goes, I want everything that Uncle Brett has. He said, I want the holy moly, what a goalie. I want the son of a biscuit. And he said, you know what I want when I score too, Mima? And I said, what's that? He goes, I want that. That's my boy. So those are memories for my kids. So I respect the fact that they asked, and they're asking not just me. It's disappointing that they're also disparaged their own person that was doing the live streaming for their team. Now, I don't own the team, all right? And I'm not on a financial end, so I'm not trying to make ends meet here. But on my end, I see this is the 4th year that we've been part of this Beau Jour League that my son has played in. And I have seen the live streaming just bloom the whole exposure of this league up. Like, we have family and we have friends in Australia, New Zealand. We have a fan that is a former Miramichier that lives in Mexico. They watch these live streams. Do you think that the Miramichi Northmen would be on everybody's tongue in Australia or wherever they are at? Or look, I've had people in Arizona and Alberta. There's tons of workers that go back and forth from New Brunswick to Alberta or to Winnipeg. One of our own staff members wants to watch the games every, 2 weeks out, 2 weeks in. He wants to watch them. This is an opportunity too for grandparents that can't come, like the goalies' grandparents or mothers that can't come. They're working shift work, whatever. It's not about, like I said, I don't get paid to do this, and it's not about me trying to roast me or whatever. I'm trying to give what was always just for me, because last night was just for me. I videotaped regardless. They didn't have a problem with that, but I would have done it anyway because they can't stop me. There's 101 other people out there with cell phones that are videotaping too, but they just seem, not these people. I'm just saying in general, the ones, because I stand out. Who knew? But I do. I try to hide in my little corner, but it doesn't work that way. So they knew who I was, and it wasn't just me that they asked not to as well. It was, like I said, their own videographer. And hey, I get it as a board. I see that I sat on boards. I get it, but I don't get it. So for a mom and for my point of view, these are my memories. These are my archives. Yes, I got the video from last night, and that's great for me. I have my documentation. But for the other 20 other people that messaged me, to other people that messaged our manager, that messaged, posts and whatever, there's various reasons why people can't come. But your true fans are going to be the ones that get their butts to those seats. And our true fans for the Miramichi are wonderful. And like last night, as the gentleman was talking to me about not live streaming, 5 of these hoodies of our Miramichi Northmen came in. So our fans come. So I'm sure all the other teams' fans come too. And you know what? If there's 3 of us live streaming, who cares? That's more promotion. To me, that's free advertising. And I don't think it does hurt, all right? Your true fans are going to be the ones that are going to come to the seats, and you've got your true fans that are at home that are waiting for it. I have a 5-year-old little boy or a 6-year-old little boy, Jan, who was waiting for me to come on, and I didn't come on for him to watch his dad play. Like, these are just stories. I'm just telling you that it's not just about yes or no. We're taking money away out of the attendance. Think about the other aspect of what the live streaming does. It opens up your whole portfolio of all the fans, the wide range. Like I said, that this Beau Jour Hockey League is on the tongues of many people. It's going like wildfire in Fredericton. Why? Because the rivalries between the teams, the competitiveness, the high level of competitiveness. This is super awesome hockey. And who wouldn't want to be a part of it? So all I'm asking is when you're doing your decisions, think about the moms, me. All right, this is my history. This is my archives that I get to share with everybody. All right, so you're not going to let me live stream? I'll videotape it. But you know what? I think that's not looking at the broader picture. And I respected it last night, and I did. And I mean the person that came and spoke with me, I did not know his name, did not know who he was, but he knew who I was as he waited for me. He was standing there to tell me, and I knew what he was going to say because I had already heard rumored, and I had messaged our management to message our owners to see if they had heard anything or if they were contacted to ask me not to live stream. So I just was trying to cover all my bases and be ready for it because I didn't want conflict or confrontation when I got down there, or else my husband wasn't going to take me. I would have drove myself. Anyway, bottom line is I'm disappointed of that decision because I think it really hurts instead of helps. And even as I looked out there, the fan base, there was people there at the rink. I mean, I could only see my section, but there was a lot of seats still not got bodies in it. But that's not on me. All right. And I just think your true fan base is going to attend and is going to be dedicated. Your true fan base is going to buy the merch, is going to support their team, and they're going to cheer for their teams, and they're going to be there. They're going to be present. The reason that people don't come is it varies, and it is wide range, and we should be amicable to everybody's needs for when it comes to supporting and cheering for their home team. This is the Keeping It Real, Keeping It Live, Rumor Reel by Roxanne. I hope, like I said, I respected it, but I do know going forward that I hope they do not continue this because I think it is a very vital part of the guts of the promotion, and it's also history. These videos are out there and people can see them for years to come. How cool is that? When my son's little girl, gets older, she'll be able to watch her dad's reels. We can see that our grandson skates and, like his uncle, like his mom, like his other uncle. Because why? We've got the video. We've got it. And I have videotaped a lot of these players that are in this league. Like the Fredericton Express, you might as well just, hello, I've got games after games after games with these young men. And I'm so glad I do. I mean, I just watched a Bantam AAA game here not too long ago with every one of them that pretty much is on the Express and some that's like my son with those guys and some that are on. It's just history. It's history. Don't block the history. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, I get, what's the word? Like I said, it was approached and brought really gently to me last night. And hey, I respect that. Had it not, I wouldn't have probably abided by it, but I get it. I see, I don't get it. All right. That's what this video is all about. I don't get it, but from a financial point of view, I'm not on that aspect of it, but I don't see in my eyes what I see in the stands and what I see at different games. And I attend a lot of them. I don't see that. Like I see your fans are coming and just, so that's not a me or a streaming problem. That is you guys thinking of different ideas to get your fans more engaged and go into your games. But I saw tons of fans there last night, like the standing, like there was only a few seats that, wasn't filled up. But I just pray and just reconsider it. You're not hurting me. You are, actually. You are hurting me. Why did I say that? I didn't like it. And I don't like being in a conflicting situation, but I also won't back down. But I just feel that it should be something, like I've heard it before. I've heard other people say, and I know management's probably thinking it. You know, I know maybe at first they were thinking it about me live streaming. Like 4 years ago, I was the only live streamer. But nobody cared about my live streams until we got going. And like I said, it's exciting hockey. And it's now the passion that's going and going. I've watched the Northmen for 4 years, go. This is our 4th year. And the 3rd year, man, what an exciting hockey it is. Why wouldn't you want to share that to everybody? And I do. And anywho, this is my rant. This is my rage. And I went over my time. But this is Roxanne. I just pray. Thank you so much for all the supporters of the live stream, for my live stream. I can't thank you enough. The many friends that I've met and the acquaintances and the friendships that are rooted now and long-term forever. I know it will be. I appreciate every one of it, and I appreciate the freedom to be able to do that. Key word, freedom. And I appreciate that. And let's keep it that way. And true north, strong and free. This is Roxanne for the Miramichi, for me as a Miramichi Northman fan and a mom on the history side. Keeping it real and keeping it live in Taymouth, New Brunswick. Over and out.